Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Um, Today is Inauguration Day, January 20th, 2025, and oddly enough, I now feel like it's time to talk with you all a little bit about how I see the presidency, what I see going forward, my take on different things that have been and will be going on. Before I go on, I'll remind you to please, if you find value in the video, please click like, subscribe with notifications on, share the video. It helps the channel and the video be more visible to others, and you let me know that you like these videos and would like me to do more of them. It's a couple hours before the inauguration, and this is an odd time to be recording this because I have been pretty silent with all of the predictions and the comments and the channel predictions about who was going to be president and who won and who didn't win and who would win and all kinds of things. I've stayed very silent about that. And oddly, today, of all days, I feel and hear it's time to speak up. So I'm here today to share with you what I see, what I have seen in the past, and what I see now going on. Mostly this is about the presidency and the dynamics around that. I know they moved the inauguration from outside to inside, supposedly because of the weather. I'm very sure it wasn't because of the weather. It's because they're trying to protect him more from attempts. So I think it's a pretty sure thing that he will be inaugurated today. The thing is, all along here, people have, psychics, channels, have said, first of all, that Kamala won, and then that she did win and it was stolen. The election was stolen, and that something would happen and he wouldn't be inaugurated. All along here, what I have seen is, and I'll talk about the stolen part in a moment, but what I have seen is, yes, it was possible before Inauguration Day that information would come forward that would put a big block on everything, a big holdup on everything, and that he wouldn't even get inaugurated today. And when I say possible, I don't mean what your brain can imagine as possible in the statistics. I don't mean that. I mean in the vortex, in the collective consciousness and the vortex, holding stronger possibility, what Seth calls probabilities, stronger energetic trajectories, tendencies that things are wanting to go to. I felt definitely a strong possibility, energetic possibility of him not even getting inaugurated today. However, while other people were saying, oh, he won't be inaugurated, I can't see him being inaugurated, I could see, literally see with those inner eyes, I could see him standing there, with the hand up or on the Bible, whatever, saying the words and being inaugurated. I could see that, and it never felt, I'm going to use the word real. It felt like almost like holographic figures going through motions, so that on paper you would say, yes, this person stood there and was inaugurated, but that there's literally no energetic reality to it underneath. On that note, that I could see Trump being inaugurated, but that it felt hollow, like it's not real, like it's almost more like a hologram. There's another tarot reader. It sounds like I do a lot of that. I really don't, but I've clicked on her once or twice, and she just seems like she's very politically oriented, very aware of the politics going on. And it's Megster Tarot, I think. But she kept saying, I see Trump being inaugurated, but it's a fake inauguration. It feels fake. And so I think she was picking up on that same energy and maybe describing it a little differently than I was describing it. She was picking it up as actually a fake inauguration, like taking place at Mar-a-Lago because the real one had been canceled or something. I picked it up as, no, I see him being inaugurated, but it isn't real. There's no energetic reality or substance underneath it. I think we were both picking up on that same dynamic. which, by the way, that's an important thing with all of these different kind of predictions and what different people see and predict. And even based on channeled predictions, sometimes it can be more important to look for the common thread. Like now there's at least a couple of us that are seeing inauguration happen, but there's something not real, something fake about it. Now, even as I'm saying this to you, I'm aware of a split. There's a version in which there is no energetic reality to it, and it's all hollow, whether he stays in or not. And there is another pathway off version in which, for a portion of the population, he is the president legitimately, and there's energy for that, and he's the president. That's the thing about probable realities and timelines. They all exist. It depends on which one you're vibrating with, and they interweave in and out constantly, and they dovetail. I'll be talking about that tomorrow night at the weekly spirit talk, parallel realities, timelines, etc. But so the thing is, I could see a strong version in which he actually was inaugurated, but this completely energetically hollow feel under it, like, no, it's not real, it's not legit. Yeah, everybody knows it's not legit. And what I cannot unsee continually, that it won't last long, that he won't be the president of this country for 4 more years. It feels energetically not even in there. There's a little, I call him our little English guy. There's an older gentleman who does tarot, but different symbol system cards readings. Telltale Tarot, I think, is his channel, and we just like him. We just like his energy, and he has his little dog Alfie, and he gets on every day and he pulls a card and he talks about that energy. We just like him. But he has been saying that he keeps getting that Trump will not be in there for more than a year. I have continually gotten that he won't. It could even be a month or two, maybe 3 to 6 months, but a month or two when there could be a big revelation, a big swath of information coming forward that changes everything, that makes a historic change to everything. I'm not kidding. I could see Kamala Harris being installed in her proper place where she was going to be and was, only the thing got hijacked sideways temporarily. I'm not saying that will definitely happen. That is the thing with predictions and probabilities. No one can absolutely say what we're going to have chosen until we chose it and we're experiencing the results of the choice. Even Seth, non-incarnated, expansive consciousnesses, Seth said no one, including him and others like him, could predict what the choice is absolutely going to be, because there's free will up into the nth, 11th hour when the choice is actually made. And he said it can look like we make predictions because we can see more than you can about the energetic trajectories and where things are most likely really going to head and play out. And so it can appear that we make predictions and they're accurate. He said, but no one can make predictions about absolutely what's going to happen for that reason, because there's always free will, there's always new information. And I was talking about it with my husband this morning. We've been in this like a kid in a candy store, like this giant candy store of every possibility swirling, just in this big ball of swirling potentials and possibilities. Pardon me. And we literally, as we shift and change in our understandings and our expansion and our vibration, we become aware of, there is this possibility. I could accept that. Oh, here's new information. Oh, wait a minute. I could accept this. I could accept a reality with this. And I don't mean we're doing that consciously, most of us, some more than others. But that's what we're all doing right now. We're sifting and sorting through what we can and cannot accept for our own reasons, for our reality going forward, the version of things moving forward that we will experience. So again, having said all that, in 2016, when Trump was elected, I knew the name. I knew nothing about Donald Trump. Didn't care. He was some celebrity name. I never had any interest or knowledge whatsoever of that person until he was running for president. And very honestly, I'll be honest, because I don't know where you all stand, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you. He just struck me as big mouth bluster, a buffoon. That's how it struck me. I knew nothing about his past or his history or how he works or anything about his business dealings. And when he was elected, it felt unreal to me because he did hit me as a big-mouthed buffoon. And immediately, though, I saw him in jail. And I was shocked. I mean, I wasn't thinking about how it would go or who he was. I knew nothing, didn't care, wasn't even thinking about that. It came to me, Trump in jail. And I thought, well, that's weird. Why would he be in jail? I had no idea. And in later years, talking to people that do know, my brother knows more than I do about those sorts of things. He said, "Oh yeah, there could be all kinds of money laundering and conspiracy or whatever, all kinds of charges that could come up against him." I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Yeah, well, look what's been happening. There was the possibility of jail, still is, swirling all around him. I foresaw Trump in jail. The Englishman, that little Englishman, Telltale Tarot, he says that he for years has seen Trump sort of maybe put away in some sort of an asylum or something. Okay, so different ways of seeing the same energetic dynamic of somehow or another he does get incarcerated. And again, that's not a definite prediction. That is just, those are energies burbling strongly in the collective vortex. So right now we're energetically, as far as what I see and feel for the presidency, unless there's a quick left turn, and there could be, like Seth said, it's not done till the choice is made and it's done. He'll be inaugurated today. There is a strong possibility, as in it's in swirling in the vortex as a strong probability. In the candy store analogy, there's a big piece of red shiny candy sticking out. It's a really live active energy, that it is entirely possible that some kind of information, earth-shattering, change everything information, will come out and change the landscape. And I keep seeing the words Kamala installed in her proper position. That, again, not a set prediction. It's just a strong energy possibility for our collective. On that note, do I think the thing was stolen? Yeah. And it's not think. It's when that night, when they were announcing state after state after state, swing states that were just won by Trump, won by Trump, won by Trump, in such quick order, and that Elon Musk knew who won 4 hours before everybody else, and that his Starlink, and I didn't even at the time know that Elon Musk's Starlink was transferring the information. I didn't know about any of those details till much later. I saw, just energetically, I saw like Musk and Trump, and Musk even a little bit more, almost like in a cat burglar outfit, and this vault where there would have been piles of sacks of money or something, and he had successfully gotten in and emptied out a whole bunch of piles of what should have been there, the money, and they were like, and he was like, it was they, but it was Elon Musk that I saw and still do in this like cat burglar outfit, almost going, "Oh my golly, I can't believe it. We really did it. Look what we got." And it felt so false. At the time, I said, to my husband, my poor husband listens to all this, I said, it's almost like someone stealing the Super Bowl ring from somebody and going, "Look, I won the Super Bowl." It's like, no, you didn't. You didn't win anything. You just stole the ring, or someone stealing the king's crown from the vault. "See? Oh, I have the crown. I must be king." It's like, no, you're not. You stole the trapping. but you're not it. That's how it felt to me. I'll be honest. And again, if I'm offending you, I'm sorry. That's not my intention. So that's how it felt to me at the time. Like and it wasn't real, and it was hollow and stolen, but still could be hijacked and on they go. I don't have personal strong feelings in the way you would think about Trump or Kamala winning. Cryon said, and Lee Carroll channels Cryon, and I don't listen to a lot of Lee Carroll, but Cryon said, and I think Bashar might have said it too, it doesn't matter who wins the presidency. Doesn't matter. And it doesn't, because this consciousness ascension, it is the collective of our planet, of our species, of all species in the galaxy. It is an ascension of consciousness. We're ditching the old game, the old rules, and I call it the checker game. You know, the game we were playing by the rules of lack and separation and conflict and adversarialness and competitiveness, all of those things. We're done. We're done with that game. And that is the reality behind the reality. Whoever is president is not going to change it, is not going to make it happen. Don't get me wrong. I personally, you feel how you feel. I'm just sharing how I feel. Yeah, of course I'd rather see Kamala be president than Trump. I would rather see someone who wants what is fair and helpful for everybody, of every socioeconomic strata, of every color, of every faith. Someone who's a president for everybody, not just the wealthy and mostly white. Yeah, would I like to see someone in that cares to make sure that the hungry kids of the country get lunch program? Instead of, well, their parents didn't work hard enough in our eyes, so, oh well, the kids can do without food if their parents can't afford it. Of course, I would rather see someone that cares about the good of the population, of everybody in the population. But having said that, Kamala would still be part of the old system, still dealing with, should we support Israel and bombing Gaza, or the ways of the world, the way they've been. So Kamala isn't going to change the world. It could be that her being installed is a little bit more expressive of that energy and direction for the country than Trump in. But let's go this way. Even if for some reason it doesn't happen, that something comes up and changes things, and Trump is in there. Even let's say he lasts for 4 years, and honestly, I can't find that in the energetic field. But if he does, then let's go ahead and let some of what he does, almost in spite of himself sometimes, be for good. Or if he's doing things that cause trouble, that somehow that brings something up and shows us something we needed to see, so we can choose otherwise. The only other thing I would like to say as far as that is, it's very easy for me, for instance, to sit here in my modest but comfortable home, not worrying about being deported, those kinds of things. Remember at all times, if you are in a position where, well, for instance, someone like Trump and Musk, 425 billion air, making the statement that it's going to be, it's going to be tough on Americans for a while, because he's going to have to cut all these millions off of or billions off of our budget, and gosh, the ones that are going to have to pay for it are going to have to be the ones that are already hungry or struggling along on Social Security. Yeah, no, I mean, it's ridiculous. So those policies could affect all of us, no matter what color you are or what your deal is. But regardless, and if you are in a position where you're kind of worried about yourself or your relatives or your friends being deported, that kind of thing, always remember, you're not at the mercy of anybody else's timeline. You choose, you vibrate with and create the timeline, and you create your timeline and your personal reality. So even if people were going to, and first of all, it's not going to be that easy to just start deporting everybody. It's ridiculous. The manpower and the money and the facilities are not in place. It would put us so many billions more into debt that I don't even I don't even see it happening, and certainly not the way they've been painting that picture. But even if mass deportations start tomorrow, you could still be, for yourself and your family, somewhere or somehow missed so that you don't get deported. Or that the way things are done, that they can't just mass deport people without some kind of procedures and checking on things. You don't just tear people out of their homes because their skin isn't white. Um, so that things don't go as smoothly anyway with that plan, and that you're okay. You can always choose a reality in which you are okay and your family is okay and things work out. Just remember, you're never at the mercy of someone else's agenda. You you would have to agree to experience that on some level. The bottom line is we all have so much choice about our personal experience. We can always choose to be okay. We can always choose that no matter what's going on, no matter who is in office, who gets in office, who gets kicked out of office, whatever goes on, that things will be working out for the best interest of everybody, and that they are working out for your best interest. You can always choose that. So if you were inclined to be all upset and get all worked up about Trump getting into office, all the possibilities are still up in the air. I'm not trying to put out false hope, so to speak. I'm just saying you don't need to get all worked up. Enjoy your life and intend and trust that things are going to work out okay, and you're not going to expose yourself to the worst possible scenario that you or anybody else can imagine. Just intend your good and intend the best for everyone. And so I do want to just reiterate that tomorrow evening, Tuesday the 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing another of my weekly spirit talks, which for the month of January are open to everybody to attend at no charge. You do not have to join my Patreon community. You can just register and attend live, and we will be talking all about parallel realities, parallel universes, timelines, how they interweave, how we experience them, because we do, and many times a lot more than you think we do. So I hope to see you all there tomorrow, and otherwise just have a magical, wonderful day.